All right, so you got the brand new iPhone 15, you got the 15 Plus, you got the 15 Pro or that 15 Pro Max, and you got that new USB Type-C. You've been using it to charge your phone, but did you know there's a lot of hidden things that you can do with this USB Type-C port, and it's used for way more than just charging your phone? Well, in this video right here, man, I got a bunch of different things that I'm gonna show you that you can do with this new USB Type-C on the brand new iPhone 15 series. So let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so let's say you guys got the iPhone 13 Pro here and you got the brand new iPhone 15 Pro, but you wanna go ahead and use one of these devices to be able to charge one of the other ones up. So let's say you got a USB-C to lightning cable, so we'll just go ahead and plug in the lightning cable into the 13 Pro, and then we're gonna go ahead and plug in the USB-C cable into the iPhone 15. Now what it's actually gonna do is, once you guys plug these in, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but once it actually recognizes it, it's gonna actually start charging up the iPhone 13 Pro right from the iPhone 15 Pro. Now, the reason that it's gonna do this is because when it comes to Lightning has no power delivery. So it's never gonna be able to charge a device from the iPhone 13 into something else. It's always gonna go from the 15 Pro, which is the superior item, to the iPhone 13 Pro or the lower Lightning cable version. So this is just gonna show you guys exactly what it's gonna do, and you can see right up top there, you can see that the iPhone 13 Pro on my left-hand side is charging, and the iPhone 15 Pro in the right is not charging. Now, let's say, for example, we have two USB-C devices. So let's say we got two iPhone 15 Pros. Let's say your friend out there, they running low on battery or whatever. What it's gonna do is, let's say you actually have more charge than that person. So what you guys are gonna be able to do is, you're gonna be able to take the USB-C cable, plug it into your iPhone, and then you're gonna take the other end and plug it into their iPhone, and the phones in itself is gonna automatically realize and recognize which phone has the least amount of charge, and it's gonna go ahead and start charging that device up automatically, which I think is really dope. And you can see the one on my left-hand side, which is again another iPhone 15 Pro, plugged in USB-C to C, and it decided that this one has the least amount of charge, and it started charging it up from my iPhone 15 Pro that has more charge than the one on the left, which I think is a really dope feature. So this is just something that you guys can expect that's gonna happen when you guys charge two USB-C to C devices, and that right there gets on my nerve. Like, if you get them too close to each other, man, it's gonna always try to share something, and I'm sure you can turn that off, but I just haven't figured out how to do that yet. But now, let's say, for example, you guys got a iPad Pro or something like that that also has USB-C as well. So now, if I plug in one end to my iPad Pro and then I plug another end into my iPhone, what you're gonna notice is every single time, regardless of which device has the least amount of battery and any of that, the iPad Pro is always gonna push power to the iPhone 15 Pro or any of the 15 series. Now, I'm not sure exactly why that is. I would have imagined that it kind of would have acted the same as it did on when I was plugging in two iPhone 15 Pros to each other, or two iPhone 15 devices. I would expect that it probably was going to act the same way, but for some reason, it doesn't see that one is less than the other. It just always defaults and say, I'm going to push power from the iPad Pro to my iPhone 15 Pro. So yeah, this is just something that I wanted to let you guys in on. Again, not that big of a deal, but just wanted to share it nonetheless. All right, so now that you guys are pros at what's going to happen when you guys use your iPhones, whether you're using a USB-C to C cable or using a USB-C to Lightning cable, plugging it into a phone or iPad or whatever device you guys have, now you guys are going to know exactly what's going to happen. Now, the next thing I want to kind of focus on is going to be a keyboard. So let's say if you guys want to be able to, type up a grocery list or just type up some class notes or whatever you guys want to have, you guys can just plug this right into a keyboard that has a USB-C outlet, or if you guys have something like a dongle or something like this, then you guys will be able to do that as well. But my keyboard here has USB-C on it. So if I go ahead and just open up, let's say, for example, a notes here. All right, so let's go ahead and type in something like, go hit that subscribe button. And you can see, man, it types flawlessly. Like, there's no lag or anything like that at all. Like, it is instant, every keystroke. So if I do something like, we are on our way to that 100K subscriber mark. And the other thing that you guys also notice is that it also still does the auto suggestion as far as the, finishing the sentences and different things like that. And you can easily hit the tab button or hit the space bar, and it's going to go ahead and finish that sentence for you. So go ahead. We're on our way to that 100K subscriber mark. Make sure you go and hit that subscribe button. Look, I can't even type. Subscribe button and hit that like button. Boom. And I can use either the, I can go down or whatever. So I can still have full control over my keyboard. Even if I want to highlight everything, I can also do that with Command A. If I want to do like, if let's say, for example, I want to copy, I can do this, copy that, boom. Command V, I can do every single thing that you guys want to be able to do, and it works flawlessly, y'all. So this is legit using a keyboard. Now, one question you guys out there may be wondering is, CK, well, can I actually use a mouse with my iPhone 15 since I can plug it directly in using a USB-C cable? And the answer to that is yes and no. And the reason why I say no is simply because the iPhone will not recognize a mouse if you guys are plugging it directly into an iPhone 15 or 15 Plus Pro or Max. But you still can actually use a Bluetooth mouse with your iPhone just like you can on using it on an iPad or something like that. So for example, if I go into my settings here, if I go into settings, and then if I go to where it says accessibility, and then we're gonna go to where it says touch under physical. If we go to assistive touch, we wanna go ahead and turn that on right there. Oh, let me go back. We want to go ahead and turn that on. And then here we want to go down to where it says devices. And then we can go ahead and Bluetooth a mouse right to our iPhone. And just like that, I'll be able to move my cursor around on the screen, but it's going to have it more so kind of like this dot right here that you guys are seeing. It's going to be able to you can be able to click on different things and go into different menus. Now, I'm not sure 100% how useful that would be, but if you wanted to do it, then you can. All right, so the next thing I want to show y'all is kind of getting to the more advanced stuff, and that is using this to be able to turn your iPhone into a mobile gaming console. And this part right here, y'all, is by far one of my favorite features with the iPhone 15 Pro, and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so now that we over here at the gaming setup, or I'm working to get this to be a gaming setup, but all of this is gonna get reworked, so don't worry about what that looks like up there. Now, there's a couple things you guys are gonna need in order for this to actually work using your iPhone 15, 15 Plus, or 15 Pro, or the Pro Max. You obviously need any one of the 15 models. Then you're obviously gonna need some sort of a monitor. Now, your monitor can have a USB-C port on it. If your monitor has a USB-C port, then this next item that I'm going to talk about you're not going to need, which is this right here, which is some type of external dock or anything like that. Now for me, I have a USB-C dock here. Now the reason that I need this is because my monitor here does not have a USB-C port on the back. So for me, I'm using a HDMI cable that I'm going to be plugging into here that runs to the back of my monitor. So that's why I'm using this one. But again, if your monitor has a USB-C port on the back, then you can just literally plug this in right into your phone and right into the back of the monitor, and you're gonna be good to go. And this is literally just the cable that came with your iPhone, so keep that in mind as well. Now, the other thing you guys are gonna need is obviously some type of gaming controller. So in my case, I'm gonna be running Xbox Game Pass through here. But for example, if you guys wanna do like PlayStation Remote Play, then all you guys would need is obviously a PlayStation. But in my case, I have an Xbox Series S controller that I'm personally using for this part right here, but you will need to have some type of gaming controller. And then the last thing you guys are gonna need is some type of stand. Now the stand that I'm actually using right here is my C1 signature stand. Now this is a stand that I personally recommend, and I'll have it for you guys linked down below. This is gonna be how you guys are gonna actually be able to sit your phone once you guys get it all set up, because you're gonna wanna make sure that it's sitting in a position that's gonna be able to properly be cooled as well. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all of the stuff that you're gonna need. So let me go ahead and get this hooked up and show you how it all works here on this monitor. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put up my phone right here on my stand right here. I'm gonna take this in here, plug it USB-C side right into the back part of my phone. And then from here, I have a HDMI cable that's already plugged into the back of my monitor. We're gonna go ahead and plug this right into here. And then boom, just like that, man, you guys are gonna now see, as soon as I plug it in, my iPhone is now transferred, as far as the picture, right to my monitor, which is super dope. Now, what I wanna do here is I wanna go ahead and launch Xbox app. And then from here, I already got it up. And I got my controller already paired to my iPhone 15 Pro, which is also something you want to do. You want to go ahead and Bluetooth your controller to your iPhone, so that way whenever you guys have it in here, it's going to work. And then boom, just like that, man, you now have Xbox Game Pass. You got it running on the iPhone as well as being able to run on a monitor. Now, one thing about this is it's not going to fill up your entire screen, but for me, it fills it up a pretty good portion of it, if I say so myself. Now, what I want to do to go ahead and launch my Xbox Game Pass is I'm going to go to my library here, and then we're going to go over to consoles, and then we're going to go ahead and tap on the Xbox console that I have on my home network here, and then we're going to tap on remote play on this device, and then hit continue. And now it's gonna go ahead and launch remote play, all running on this new A17 Pro chip, which is a beast, by the way, that Apple came out with. So now that you guys are pro gamers now on your iPhone 15 Pro, I want to show you guys exactly what you can do when you guys actually plug in, let's say something like an external SSD to your brand new iPhone 15 Pro. So if we go ahead and take this right here, then first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and launch the camera app and just kind of show you what it's going to look like beforehand. What you guys need to know is when it comes to the iPhone 15 Pro, you do have the ability to shoot ProRes HDR as well as ProRes log on your iPhone 15 Pro, but the problem is let's say if I want to go 4K 60 frames per second, then that's only supported if I plug in an external SSD, or if I even plug in a SD card as well to my iPhone. And I'm gonna show you guys both of those and show you guys that it works. So let's go ahead and turn that off. Now I wanna go ahead and go back down to 24 frames, and we're gonna turn on ProRes, because you guys have seen that you can't do 4K 60. So if I go ahead and plug this in, boom, it's gonna go ahead and read it. And now if I go ahead and change this setting here to 4K 60, boom, now we have the option to be able to do 4K 60. You can kind of see it right here at the top. You can see 4K 60, as well as we have ProRes HDR turned on as well. And then here at the bottom, you're now gonna be able to see this option that says USB-C, which just letting you guys know that you have your USB-C port activated. So now I have the ability to be able to record using 4K 60 on the iPhone. And let me go ahead and show you what that footage looked like. All right, what up, y'all? So right now I'm shooting using the rear-facing cameras, shooting 4K ProRes at 4K 60 frames per second. Again, you can only achieve this using an external SSD, or if you got an SD card, you can do that as well. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick video sample test using the rear-facing cameras, shooting ProRes at 4K 60 frames per second. All right, so now that you guys have kind of seen what the footage looks like, you can see here on the iPhone here, it actually shows you how much time you actually have left on here to be able to record. Because again, when you guys are shooting at high frame rates like this will take a lot of space, which is probably the main reason why Apple doesn't allow this to kind of be a native thing unless you guys are recording directly to some type of external device. So let me go ahead and unplug this, because I want to show you guys that it will also work if you guys have an SD card as well. So let me go ahead and show you this. So I have this external dock by a company called Totu. I'll have a link for you guys down below. But if I just take this here and I plug this right into the bottom of the iPhone here, and then if I just take the other side here, let me go ahead and swing it around. And then if I take my SD card, put this right into the SD card slot, and then boom, just like that, now I can just easily go tap on 4K 60 with ProRes HDR turned on. And just like that, I got action to be able to record using a SD card right here that's plugged right into the iPhone using the USB-C port. Now, another thing I want to show you that you can do with this here is be able to access that footage. So let's say, for example, you guys just saw the video shot that I did just right outside here. Now, if I wanted to go into my files menu here, I can now access all of those files that I just shot onto this external drive. So if I go to browse, and let me go ahead and go to the side here, and if I go to my T7 drive, there we go to DCIM, boom, open that up, and then just like here, boom, you can see the footage running super smooth. Got audio. And I got the external SSD. Let me turn the brightness down so you guys can see it. So this just gives you an idea of what it actually looks like using 4K 60 on the front-facing camera on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Super dope. But yeah, man, there's just a ton of things you guys can do when it comes to this new iPhone 15 Pro that I just love, and being able to record externally right to an SSD from the iPhone 15 Pro is fire, y'all. But yeah, y'all, that's some of the features that I've been able to find and just kind of play with here on my iPhone 15 Pro as I've been testing it, you know, throughout the time I've had it. And for me, y'all, I feel like this is definitely one of the reasons why I think it is a really good idea if you guys decide to upgrade. Again, I get it if you don't want to upgrade, because with that new iOS 17, I feel like even with my iPhone 13 Pro here, I literally feel like I got a brand new phone, because with that iOS 17, it just got a whole bunch of features that they gave us in there. But I will still say that still not having USB-C on the iPhone 13 is definitely one of those things, man. When you go back to it, you kind of like, man, now I miss my USB-C port because of all of the dope things that you can do with it that I just showed you in this video. But let me know, man, which one of these things that you can do with the USB-C port on the iPhone 15 Pro was your favorite. Let me know down in the comment section below. If I had to choose, I would say out of the two is by far being able to game on here. You guys know I'm a gamer, so being able to game on here, and you can do that either with your Xbox Game Pass, or if you wanted to do something like PlayStation Remote Play, you can also do that on here and literally turn this into a mobile gaming console, which is super dope to me, and that is by far my favorite feature when it comes to this iPhone 15 Pro. But let me know, man, if you guys got any questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. See y'all in the next one. Squad.